and Prabhuji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam 7.14 verse 30 to 33. So please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining. Early morning in US, and here in India we have evening around 5 o'clock. The day is ending here and the day is beginning there. So all of you have nicely participated in the japa. And now today we will discuss from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, chapter number 14, chapter entitled Ideal Family Life, text number 32, 33. So I can only read the verses and translation, Mataji, or you all also recite what is the system being followed?
Yes, Prabhu, you can read and translation.
I can read the shloka and the translation, no? And the purport.
Yes.
Okay. So we are reciting 4 verses today, 30, 31st, 32nd and 33rd. I hope you all must be having the verses or the translation in the groups. सारांशी पुष्करादीनि क्षेत्राणि अर्हश्रितानि उत कुरुक्षेत्रं गयाशीरा प्रयाग पुलाश्रम नैमिषं फाल्गुनं सेतु प्रभासो अथा कुशस्थली वाराणसी मधुपुरी पंपा बिंदु सरस्तथा नारायणाश्रमो नंदा सीतारामाश्रमादया सर्वे कुलाचल राजन महेंद्र मलयादय एते पुण्यतमा देशे हरेर अर्चाश्रितश्च ये एतान् देशानि सेवेत श्रेयस्कामो ह्यभिक्ष्णश धर्मो हि अत्रेहित पुंसान् सहस्राधि फलोदय. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the sacred lakes like Pushkar and places where saintly persons live, like Kurukshetra, Gaya, Prayag. I was very happy to read the first holy place as Kurukshetra, because tomorrow morning I am leaving from Govardhan Eco Village to go to Kurukshetra with few devotees in a yatra. So when I read this Kurukshetra, I was happy to hear. Tomorrow I am leaving, and the first holy place which Shukdev Goswami mentions in the translation is Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra, Gaya, Prayag, Pulha Ashram, Naimisharanya, the banks of Falgu River, Setu Bandha, Prabhasa, Dwarka, Varanasi, Mathura, Pampa, Bindu Sarovar, Badrika Ashram, the places where the Nanda River flows, the places where Lord Ramachandra and Mother Sita took shelter, such as Chitrakuta, and also the hilly tracts of land known as Mahendra and Malaya. All of these are to be considered most pious and sacred. Similarly, places outside India where there are centers of the Krishna consciousness movement and where Radha Krishna deities are worshipped must all be visited and worshipped by those who want to be spiritually advanced. One who intends to advance in spiritual life may visit all these places and perform ritualistic ceremonies to get results 1,000 times better than the results of the same activities performed in any other place. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In these verses and in verse 29, stress is given to one point, Harer Archa Shritas Chaye, or Harer Archa. In other words, any place where the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped by devotees is most significant. The Krishna consciousness movement is giving the population of the entire world a chance to take advantage of Krishna consciousness through the ISKCON center, where one may perform deity worship and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and in this way obtain results with effectiveness increased 1,000 times. This constitutes the best welfare activity for human society. This was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, as it was predicted by him in the Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya, chapter 4, text 126. पृथ्वीचे आचे अद नगरादि ग्राम सर्वत्र प्रचार हरिबो मोरो नाम. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted the Hare Krishna movement with installed deities to spread to every village and town in the world, so that everyone in the world might take advantage of this movement and become all auspicious in spiritual life. Without spiritual life, nothing is auspicious. Moghasha mogha karmano mogha jnana vichetasa. Bhagavad Gita 9.12. No one can become successful in fruitive activities or speculative knowledge without being Krishna conscious. As recommended in the Shastras, everyone should be very eagerly interested in taking part in the Krishna consciousness movement and understanding the value of spiritual life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we are discussing from Canto 4, chapter number 14, text number 30, 31, 32, and 33. So this chapter is entitled as Ideal Family Life. That is the title of this chapter. And in this chapter we have seen till now the first section of this chapter is duties of a grahastha. What are the different duties the grahasthas have to perform? In 18 verses, it was explained. And then from the 19th verse onwards till the 33rd verse, which we read today, that completes the second section of this chapter. This section is known as the times and places suitable for religious activities. So two parts of this second section: the proper time to perform spiritual activities and the proper places where it is conducive to perform our spiritual activities. It was mentioned. So in the places, it is mentioned, especially in today's verse, we are concluding the theme of the holy place filled with spiritual vibrations, which is very conducive for spiritual advancement. So therefore, in today's verse 30, 31st, 32nd, and 33rd, Shukdev Goswami mentions that if one goes to holy places, and he gives a list of holy places all over, like Kurukshetra, Gaya, Prayag, Pulaha Ashram, Naimisharanya. So in this, all these four verses, if we see, he gives lot of list of so many holy places that we read. But after that, Prabhupada also writes, similarly, places outside India. Hmm? So most of you are from America, some are from Australia. So similarly, places outside India where there are centers of the Krishna consciousness movement and where Radha Krishna deities are worshipped must all be visited and worshipped by those who want to be spiritually advanced. Huh? So, Prabhupada in the translation, after speaking about all the holy places in India, then he writes that even places that are outside India, where there are centers of our Krishna consciousness movement, where all the ISKCON centers are there, where Radha Krishna deities are there, where they are worshipped, they all also fall under the holy places of pilgrimage. So if one has to just read the holy places in Dwarka or Ayodhya, Kashi, Banaras, one will feel, oh, everything is in India. I am not staying in India. I am staying somewhere in America or Australia, Japan, England, South Africa, New Zealand. So someone may feel little bit, he may feel little pain in his heart. Oh, all these names that are mentioned, they are so very far away from us. If we were to visit Kurukshetra, Gaya, or Dwarka, people who live in India, they are fortunate. They can go to holy place of pilgrimage maybe in 2 hours time in flight, maximum end to end Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Even if I have to fly, maximum it may take 3 hours, however far it is. But coming from the west, it's a long travel, expensive. So someone may feel disheartened, but very beautifully it is explained. Like Prabhupada said, all my temples are non-different from Vaikuntha, which means whichever centers which Srila Prabhupada has established, which has deities of Gaur Nitai, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Radha, Krishna, all those deities must be visited and they must be worshipped if someone wants to be spiritually advanced. And what is the result? It is explained 1,000 times better. So it is explained that the devotional service that we perform in these sacred holy places or in the temples that Srila Prabhupada has mercifully given, the same chanting what we do at home, the same chanting you do in a holy place where there are holy deities and the devotees there, the benefit is explained as 1,000 times more benefit one will get. So it is very important point that we get to learn here. Different places have different kinds of vibrations. Like in Bhagavad Gita also we see there are these three modes of material nature that Krishna describes in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He speaks about the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, the mode of ignorance, Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. And he also speaks about the Shuddha Sattva or transcending the mode of goodness and reaching to the state of transcendental goodness. So all these three modes are binding. Like Prabhupada gives the example, being bound by the mode of ignorance is being bound by a iron chain. Being bound by the mode of passion is like being bound by a silver chain. Being bound by the mode of goodness is being bound by the golden chain. So all the three modes then that one may be situated, all three are binding only. Whether we are bound by a golden chain or silver chain or iron chain, it's all after all bondage. Therefore, Krishna explains the food that we eat, the place where we stay, everything in this material world is divided into these three modes: mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and the mode of goodness. Therefore, every place has a different vibration altogether. So, therefore, as devotees, if we want to advance in the path of Krishna consciousness, we are told that we should try to go to temple. That is one thing, because all the temples are non-different from Vaikunta. Because in temple, the Lord is the center, and the hearing, chanting, all those things constantly go on from morning till night. The deities are wonderfully taken care, and wonderful experience one will get when one goes to a temple, when one chants with devotees there sitting in the temple, when one hears the Bhagvatam discourses that are held in the temple, all that has a very profound effect. So, going to a holy place of pilgrimage or going to an ISKCON temple, which is non-different. Going to a holy place of pilgrimage, nothing to say. It's like again a wonderful experience. The holy places where Krishna has unlimited pastimes he has performed. Different places you go, the same Krishna has performed unlimited pastimes, and in every place is known by a different name. Like in India, if we see, there is east, west, north, and south. So the same Krishna in the west comes as Dwarkadish, a holy place where he becomes famous, and all people are attracted to Lord Krishna as Dwarkadish. If you go to the eastern side of India, other end, the same Krishna comes as Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra on Jagannath Puri. Again, if I go to the northern side of India, there the same Lord in Himalayas comes as Badri Vishal. If I go to the southern side of India, the same Lord appearing as Lord Balaji or Lord Ananta Padmanabh or Lord Udupi Krishna. So many temples. So we see all across in India, east, west, north, south, everywhere there are these beautiful holy places of pilgrimage. But then, if we go to ISKCON temple, all over India, so many temples all over the world, that is also non-different from a holy place. So the same kind of benefit we will get when we chant in the holy place of pilgrimage, whether in Vrindavan, Mayapur, Ayodhya, wherever you go. Or if we happen to go to any ISKCON temple where deities are installed and activities goes on there, all the regular temple programs, that place is also non-different from Vaikunta. So any spiritual activity we perform there, we get benefit there thousands of times. So therefore, it is important that we try to access the holy places of pilgrimage or the ISKCON temples, which is also comes under holy place, in order for us to get maximum spiritual advancement. Why? Because thousand times benefit we will get if we practice the same thing that we do where we live or we go to a holy place. But because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada has also given us another opportunity by which the place where we live, our home itself, how to convert our home into a temple, into a holy place. That is the greatest gift that Srila Prabhupada has mercifully given all of us. Therefore, if we follow as a grahastha, many times we may not be able to go to a holy place of pilgrimage. We may not be even able to go to an ISKCON temple because it may be little far away and the temple may be 2 or 3 hours away. If it is half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, that is still okay. But what if the temple is really couple of hours far away and I cannot go every day? So in that case, what we should do? So therefore, Srila Prabhupada, for especially Grahasthas, he has taught us the formula of how to make our home into a temple. What are those essential requirements of converting our home to a temple? So therefore, the same activities that happen in a temple, if the same activities take place in our house, then our house also becomes a temple, and the same vibrations that is being taught here in this section, that going to a place of holy place, going to ISKCON temple. Why? Because it is all about the vibrations there. So the same activities, what is happening in the temple, if that is done at home, then the home vibrations will also change. So what are the activities that happen in the temple? We see main is the deities of the Lord. They are daily worshipped in the temple. So if in the home also, Prabhupada recommended if we can have Gaur Nitai deities, very simple, especially for Grasthas, he said they should worship the deities because then that consciousness that this home belongs to them. I am just the caretaker. I am not the owner of the house. I am the caretaker. The temple belongs to the deities. So first is bringing the deities. If not the initial stage, we have the photos of our deities, whichever is close to our heart. It could be Radha Sham Sundar, it could be Radha Madhav, or whichever deities are close to you, bringing the pictures if practically deities are not possible. Then every day we offer bhoga to the Lord. Whatever we cook, we offer bhoga to the Lord. We offer arti every day to the Lord. We do kirtan in front of the Lord. We do worship of Mother Tulsi in the house. We recite sacred scriptures in the house like Gita, Bhagvatam. We chant the holy names of the Lord. So, all these elements, and one more, inviting devotees to the house and feeding them nice prashadam. That is also an activity that happens in the temple. So, whatever activities happen in a temple, if those same activities, if we are able to replicate in the house, then automatically our house will also become a temple. Our house will also become a holy place. So, therefore, these are the things that as a grahastha we need to think of how I can make my house into a temple, hmm, by which always I live in a temple. I chant in the temple. So many times nowadays people work from home. So it's like 24 hours you are working from home as good as you are working from temple, and all the other spiritual activities. And many times for some people, they may have to go to the office. So 8-10 hours they are out from their home. But again, rest 10-12 hours they are in the home, which is non-different from temple. But these critical parameters have to be followed. How to convert our home to a temple? If we are able to replicate all those activities which make temple special. Why the temple is special? Because temple is a place where the Lord is the center. Temple is a place where everything that is done is for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, we see when all those activities are done in the proper consciousness, then people, those who come to the temple, they get a peace of mind. Therefore, many times people tell that after coming to the temple, I feel a positivity, like that. But in those houses where these activities are not being performed, then it is like a very normal house, and that house is a cause. That house becomes a cause of our bondage. In the house where Krishna is not the center, in the house where law food is not offered to the Lord, in the house where Hari Katha is not being recited, Bhagavatam is not being recited, in a house where Hari Kirtan is not being recited, in the house where Vaishnavas are not being invited for prasadam, that is like a house in which we will become bound in the cycle of birth and death. So, therefore, everything is the same. It is made up of four walls. We may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms. Everything is same. Living with the husband, wife, family, everything is same. But what is the difference is what is the center of the house? What is the center? Therefore, we see Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, one of the most respected acharyas in our parampara. He had 11 children. He was an he was a judge in that British time. And in the 1800 period, Kedarnath Datta, he was such a wonderful judge that for him personally, the Bengal government, they started a train for him personally so that he could go from the house to the office. Like the Englishmen generally used to not respect Indians so much, but he was such a amazing person. He was so good with his work that the Britishers, they started train for him, and he had 11 children. And then he tells that Je din grihe bhajan dekhi grihe ta golok bhai. Huh? So he tells that when I come from my office, so every day I used to work 5, 6, 7 hours. He used to say that when I come home from my office, I feel I have come back to Golok Vrindavan. Je din grihe bhajan. Why? Because in his house, everyone, all the childrens, the wife, everyone were engaged in constantly performing activities for the pleasure of the Lord. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur, with his wife and 11 children, and having a high responsibility of being a judge, wonderfully taught all grahastas how one should lead his life while living in the family, making our home into a temple, thereby not getting entangled. Otherwise, while living in the home, there is every chance that we may get entangled in the family life and the different kinds of. Therefore, one is the grahastha and one is graha medhi. Grahastha means living in the grahastha ashram. Graha medhi. Graha medhi means materialistic family life, where the where the center is to enjoy the senses. So therefore, here we are seeing about the importance of holy place, ISKCON temples, and also the verse tells how to make our home into a temple. So therefore, in the purport, Prabhupada is telling that the Krishna consciousness movement is giving the population of the entire world a chance to take advantage of Krishna consciousness through ISKCON centers, where one may perform deity worship and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, therefore, Prabhupada tells that in all the ISKCON centers, the prime blessing which they want to give to the society at large is introduce them to deity worship and introduce them to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. He tells this constitutes the best welfare activity for human society. So we should be very much convinced on the basis of our scriptures that the best welfare activity for the entire human society is connecting themselves to Krishna. Other than connecting to Krishna, there is no greatest welfare activity. Because many times in the outside world, people speak that, oh, you people, you Hare Krishnas, what are you doing for the world? So many people are poor, they don't have food. So many people are suffering from disease, they don't have proper medicinal care, medical facility. So many people are being thrown in the streets, there is no proper home. So what you people are doing for those people, huh? So many others in the world may think that the best welfare activity is to feed the poor. Some may feel the best welfare activity is to open hospital or open old age facility. So different people will have different kinds of opinion when the topic is raised. What is the best welfare activity? But as far as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is concerned, as far as Lord Krishna is concerned, we see very clearly from our scriptures and our parampara that the best welfare activity is to connect the child to the father. All of us, we are children of Krishna, but in our conditional stage, all of us, we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. Therefore, we have to revive our lost relationship with Krishna by the process of hearing and chanting the holy names of the Lord. So, therefore, that is the best and the topmost welfare activity. One has to be totally convinced of this that the greatest welfare activity we are doing is to help ourselves and to help others. Therefore, Prabhupada in the purport is also quoting from Antya Leela. पृथ्वीते याचेयत नगरादि ग्राम सर्वत्र प्रचार हइबो मोरो नाम. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what did he said? That in every town and village, my holy name will be spread all over. So therefore, this is the greatest welfare activity. If we can properly situate ourselves by practicing Krishna consciousness nicely, and if we can inspire others to give Krishna consciousness. Giving Krishna consciousness means giving them the holy name. Or to begin with, to give Agyata Sukruti. Because it may not be possible that every time we may able to directly give holy name. But what is preaching all about? If someone were to ask a question, preaching is all about creating a positive impression in the outsider who is very new to Krishna consciousness. By acting, by our thoughts, words, and action, if we are able to create a positive impression, if somehow or the other, the other person, new person, if he appreciates some aspect of Krishna consciousness, if he appreciates a devotee for whatever the devotee did, directly or indirectly, that appreciation by a new person will increase his agyata sukruti. Agyata. Gyata means knowingly. Agyata means unknowingly devotional credit. So, preaching means giving favorable impressions by our thoughts, words, and actions. If we are able to act in such a way that a new person is able to appreciate some aspect of the Krishna consciousness movement, this devotee is so nice, or this person is so nice, whatever way, if that feeling, if we can generate, so that requires a lot of maturity in our dealings with new people, those who are not ready to accept Krishna consciousness in the first go. It may take some time. Therefore, different people are on different levels. We don't know. So, therefore, a preacher of the Krishna consciousness movement has to be very tolerant, has to be very forgiving, has to be very humble. Like we see, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. They were the first preachers of our Krishna consciousness movement. In what mood did Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them to preach? They went with grass straw in their teeth, begging their hands, falling at the feet, requesting people to bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna. Because that's what the order Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. Shuno Shuno Nityananda, Shuro Haridas, Prati Gare Gare Giya, Goro Ye Bhiksha, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Siksha. Prati Gare Gare Giya. Go to every house and tell what? Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Siksha. You chant the holy names. You worship Krishna. You accept Krishna as your life and soul. So Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, both Balram ji and Lord Brahma, how they are approaching everyone with utter humility, with straws between their teeth, begging, please chant Hare Krishna, please chant Hare Krishna. Which means a preacher of the Krishna consciousness movement, whoever, whatever roles we play as a preacher or program coordinator, manager, all devotees, whoever are in the preaching movement, they need to have the tolerance, humility, forgiveness, so that by our dealings, we encourage a new person to get connected to Krishna. At the end of that interaction, the new person should feel he is such a nice person. He is such a nice person. If that we are able to do, then the person will come one step forward. So preaching is all about creating agyata sukruti gradually, slow and steady. And when the agyata sukruti increases, then a stage will come when that person will develop shraddha. Shraddha or faith means that, hey, I want to be a part of the Hare Krishna movement. I want to continue. I want to progress. How that happens? That happens only when the Agyata Sukruti gradually matures. That has been the journey of so many people who have come to Krishna consciousness. So, therefore, preaching needs maturity in a way that we deal people, not unnecessarily frying them out, as we tell, by our unkind dealings and forcing people to chant if they are not ready. So we need to see, like an expert doctor, before giving the medicine, sees the pulse and then gives the treatment. So in the same way as expert preachers, we need to see the pulse. Some people may be ready to chant in day one. Some may be ready to chant 16 rounds in day one. Some may be ready to chant 8 rounds. Some may be ready to chant 4 rounds. Some may be ready to chant 1 round. Some may not be even ready to chant 1 round. Like one devotee was sharing a story that one devotee, while he was preaching in IIT, Bombay, the boy was very much adamant. He was not even ready to chant 1 round. So therefore, the preacher told him, "You chant 10 mantras." He said, "Okay, I will chant 10 mantras." And for 1 year, 2 year, he was chanting 10, 20 mantras, 30 mantras, 40 mantras. So after 4, 5 years, he began chanting 1 round. And the preacher was always tolerating, thinking, "My God, I've never had such a difficult time in my preaching that this person is chanting just 1 round after 5 years." But he was always giving prasad, dealing with him very kindly. And after that, the boy, after he passed out from IIT, he went somewhere to America and for his further studies. So there was a disconnect for 20 years. So after a few years, 20 years, when this same devotee who was preaching in IIT went to, I think, Laguna Beach, California, and he was dancing in the kirtan, he saw a similar face, familiar face. This devotee was thinking, "Oh, I have seen this face somewhere, but I'm unable to recognize." So he was thinking, where I saw. Then after the kirtan, it struck him that this was that same person whom I met him in IIT 20 years back, who was chanting just few mantras he began, and after 5 years he was chanting 1 round. And that devotee also recognized, and both of them had a conversation. And then in that conversation, he said that, "You remember you used to come to IIT, you used to tell me to chant 4 rounds, and I was chanting 20 mantras, I was chanting 40 mantras." Kind of, they used to always do bargaining. And then he said that after coming to US, after all my work, family, and everything, whatever philosophy you said made a lot of sense to me. I became serious after all my ambitions were fulfilled. And then now I am chanting 16 rounds, and I got initiated by His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj. So our preacher, he was like, "My God, I never in my dream would have imagined that one day you would chant 16 rounds and you would become an initiated devotee." Huh? But he said this is a lesson that how it began the journey of preaching and where it has ended after 20, 25 years. So therefore, everyone grows in Krishna consciousness, uh, at our own place, at our own pace. Everyone is going forward in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, one needs proper maturity to deal with different people and guide them, so that slowly and steadily one takes up to the process of Krishna consciousness, as it is explained here. Prithviche Adya Nagaradigram Sarvatra Prachar Hoibo Moranam. Yes, the prediction is there, and Srila Prabhupada has done it. In every town and village, the holy name is spreading all over the world. But still, lot of service has been left for us. Huh? Prabhupada, I think somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was so powerful. He could have preached all over the world. Why he did not do? Prabhupada said, yes, he could have done, but then he left some service for us. Otherwise, what service we would do? So therefore, this preaching mission is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to render some service. Because all over people are struggling for want of Krishna consciousness. And if we are somehow available in the right mood at the right time, then we can do so much of wonderful service to Srila Prabhupada and get a lot of his blessings. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we have 10-15 minutes. So I leave for some question and answers. If someone has any, some comments, any questions.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, Vamsi Vilasu, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so much, Hari Gopal Prabhuji, for the wonderful class and telling us the importance of preaching.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, my question is, one of the 10 offenses is not to preach to a non-faithful person. And and so when we try to preach, there are many who kind of are envious of devotees and who are very atheistic, and they try to blaspheme even if you say about Krishna, or even if you tell them to slowly reduce some things like they are drinking, smoking, and they say uh, you are all full or doing something that is not required. So, to those people, should we still try or just let them be?
Yeah. So as you said, the ninth offense is to speak about the glories of the holy name to the faithless. That is there. But it is also explained that we are not going to tell them about the highest glories of the holy name. We are just telling people to chant the holy name. We are not going to tell them all about the highest glories. So that is first thing. When we are giving holy name to the people, we are not committing an offense because we are not going to speak to them about the glories of the holy name. That is one thing. And even while giving the holy name, as I already gave the example, like an expert doctor before treating the patient first checks the pulse of the patient. Like in Ayurveda, if you see, first Nadi Pariksha is done of the patient, and then he determines from what level the treatment has to be given to the patient. So, similarly, in our dealings with all the different kinds of people, we need to first check what is their response like that, how they will react. Some people, if they are really not envious, then we can tell them to chant. We need to be expert in judging. That comes by experience. In the conversation, while speaking only, we can make out whether the person is outright envious or the person is little favorable. If he's little favorable, we may introduce the holy name. If he's outright envious, then we may not speak anything about Krishna or anything about holy name. We may just give them some prasad. That too, we don't even have to tell that this is prasad. Like I remember His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was giving this example that somewhere he found someone. It was prasad, but he told that, like, my mother made something nice. Would you like to eat this sweet? Because if you tell prasad, the other person may become again hatred. I have to do nothing with Krishna. But if you tell them my mother made this sweet for you, if you can you take? Yeah, yeah, I can take this. So that person is actually eating prasad without even knowing that he's eating prasad. So many times what philosophy and other things don't work, Prasad does wonderful miracles in trying to bring one gradually, step by step, until they begin to accept the process of Krishna consciousness. So, depending upon the person, the attitude is accordingly we have to strategize our approach to the process of Krishna consciousness. So there is no, like, blanket one size that fits all. It all depends upon time, place, and circumstances. Like that. Like few thoughts, Vamsi Vilas Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. And hopefully the Lord and Acharyas will give the intelligence
Yes, correct.
to have the right.
Yes. If we are
Thank you.
sincere, the intelligence will come. What to do?
Thank you. Correct.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Any other questions or comments anyone has?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is Geeta. Thank you for this wonderful class.
Thank you.
I have a basic one question is that there is a difference between going to Banki Bihari temple and our home, right? In terms of vibrations, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if one can, visiting really like going to the holy dham is much better than, just not going or doing it at home. Is that right?
Yeah. Going to a holy place. Like I didn't get you. Like going to our home
Yeah.
and going to
You.
Bhakti.
So
Like,
you said that to be practical, when we are far away from these temples or we cannot go, then the home we should,
yeah,
But otherwise, those are preferred places if one can go, right?
yeah. Do you stay close to Baki Bihari?
No, no, Prabhuji, I'm in America. Thank you.
That's
No, I'm
what.
just considering the high vibrations in temples versus home.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, yes. High vibrations in temple. If temple is close by, whichever temple is close by to your home, if it is practical, then the first option is always try to go to temple daily and chant. So many of our garastas who live nearby, every day they come 15, 20 minutes away, half an hour away. They come attend the morning program. At least they come chant with devotees for 1 hour, hear the Bhagvatam class, then they go to work. But for everyone else, it may not be practically possible. If that is not possible, then at least we try to go to the temple 1 day in a week. That's kind of charging our battery. So that also pattern we see. Grahasthas who stay far away from the temple, 2.5 hours they have to come. But 1 day in a week they come. From morning to evening they spend time in our temple. In India we see we have a Radha Gopinath temple. So morning to evening they come spend time. That is one way. For some even weekly may not be possible. If it is very far, so then what we do? Then we try to do whatever needful we can do at home. And then because of the technology, we have this Zoom meetings where we daily come together, chant. So this is also one way by which we are staying in association of devotees. So the principle is coming together in the association of devotees. So always offline is the best option, but something is better than nothing. So this online platform also, we are trying to use it all over the world so that devotees can come together and sit together for chanting, for hearing Bhagavatam classes that way. So whatever is practical, depending on our circumstances, we need to decide like that. Is it okay, Geeta Mataji?
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, all grace to Srila Prabhupada.
Yes,
Such a nice
Partha.
so explaining about the the way we should conduct and how we need to preach and the anecdotes about the preaching successes. So my question is I have two questions. One is that that boy who IIT boy, first he was so much antagonistic, but he was chanting mantra, but not Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So was it that he was a Mayavadi, staunch Mayavadi, because those barriers are very difficult to pull down? I mean, even
He was chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Began with chanting 10 mantras. 10 mantra.
okay. So he was chanting 10 mantras, Om mantras,
Maha
which
Mantra.
no. So am I asking, was he chanting the Maha Mantra or the mantras with the pranama? Without the pranama?
Our
Or
Maha
with
Mantra. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Okay, that doesn't need any purification. But the other
No.
mantras, that needed purification. The
Yeah,
pranava.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't get the pranava.
Chanting the Maha Mantra. 10 Maha Mantra, 20 Maha Mantra, 54 Maha Mantra, which means half round. 108 Maha Mantra, he came to
Oh,
one round after 4-5 years.
oh, I got you. Oh, I thought he was chanting some other pranava mantra, but not this one. Okay.
No, no, no.
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna Maha Mantra.
Oh, okay. So, okay, that one. Another is, my question is, we know that Dharma Kaitavatra, so we are supposed to kick out the Kaitava Dharma, but here Narada Muni seems to be speaking about the same Dharma Artha Kama Moksha related things. So, why is it?
So, Bhagavatam is trying to cater to pure devotee also. And also, this last sections, 4 chapters, it is speaking of like Varnashram Dharma, which is also like a stepping stone to practice pure devotional service. So the last 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, it is speaking about Varnashram Dharma, which helps one to be situated in a one's Varna ashram, at the same time practice devotional service. So some things which are not contrary to pure devotional service, which can be accommodated, that is also supported, because not everyone will be uh, on that level to directly accept Krishna consciousness. So we also see Srimad Bhagavatam trying to also accommodate some people and take them gradually, step by step. Like in second canto also, if we see, the first chapter of second canto is the first step in God realization, which is mainly the Virat Rupa meditators. Why? Because Shukdev Goswami knows that all those who are sitting in the audience, they are not pure devotees. Some may be in Virat Rupa meditator also, Bhakti Mishra category. So he is speaking about, for them also, he is speaking about the program when he is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Those whose hearts are not pure, they have to meditate on the Virat Rup. What is their bona fide Dharana Ashray? That is Virat Rup. And those whose hearts are pure, they can directly meditate on Paramatma. So, like that, also we see many places. And we also see many places in Bhagavatam about Falashruti, what you will get by reading this chapter or reading this section. So, in that also, if you see, many materially motivated things are given. So, someone may say, Are, Bhagavatam is not speaking about pure devotional service, but only speaking about pure devotional service. But here, many material motivating things are given. But that is for attracting some kind of audience, those who are not ready for pure devotional service. Like that, it is explained. Is it okay, Partha?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, I mean, yes. Here also, like I was, as you were speaking, I was also drawing connection between how Narada Muni is preaching and how you said that person preached. So Narada Muni
Yeah.
is preaching to different people, even the Ratnakar Daku also. But he
Yeah.
molded it in a way perfectly so that the Ratnakar Daku also become Vishwamitra Muni. That's perfect.
Correct,
Yes.
correct.
So nice. Yeah,
Any
nice.
other questions or comments?
Please grace us with your
I think
institution again. Very well.
our time is almost up, I think. Any other things?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much for taking your time.
Thank you, Vinod Prabhu.
You explained very nicely, and I got many points, but how to make a temple at home is very well said, and a vibration and how to preach people by examples or being good, so they like to associate with you rather than just dry preaching, or not to show any example. Very well said, and we appreciated your time, valuable time, and giving us all this good knowledge to far from home. Hare Krishna.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, where exactly are you in Vrindavan?
I live in Govardhan Eco Village.
Ah,
Govardhan Eco Village, close to Bombay. This is a mini Vrindavan, where His
where-
Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj has created a
yes.
mini Vrindavan.
Yes, they are talking about it a lot. Yeah.
You should please visit when you come to India.
Yes, Prabhuji. I attended one session. Um, yeah, I will definitely. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Here also we have small Bake Bihari.
Ah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have one question. You're going to
Yeah.
Kurukshetra, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Kurukshetra tomorrow. So I was happy when I read the first holy place which Prabhupada mentioned, and Shukdev Goswami also mentioned in today's translation is Kurukshetra. So I was like happy because tomorrow I was leaving for Kurukshetra with few of our congregational devotees whom I preach.
Yeah. So point I'm making is actually, unfortunately, I live very close, a couple hours from there, but never had a chance to go. And
Oh,
you're
really?
going, so I'm very happy. I live I'm from Meerut. Meerut is like a
Oh,
couple hours away from Kurukshetra.
acha, you are joined from
Yeah,
Meerut now?
no, I'm in Washington, but
You are in
I
Washington
was
DC.
born in that area,
Oh,
So,
wonderful. Yes.
but I heard so many stories. I don't know whether they say Jiro also came from there. All the books are written in a Kurukshetra. That's why they decided Dharamchetra. So they say Dharamchetra. And there
I know
was,
about Bhagavad Gita recitation there.
well, that's a very common knowledge, but I think many of the Vedas are written over there, and also
Really?
invention of
Oh,
Jiro
I
and
don't
all
know that.
that came there.
No,
And
no, I don't know. I don't.
yeah, ISKCON is making big temple over there. There is a museum also, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Guljari Lal Nanda, he made a museum over there. So there is so many things if you're
I'll
going
visit.
first time.
Yeah, I'm going first time.
Oh, so
So
there's so
yeah,
much
I'm just
to
trying to
see.
find some local devotee who can guide. Yeah,
Yeah, there is a big
for two,
temple
three
in
days.
under
Yeah,
construction there.
yeah, I heard.
But
I heard.
but somehow, Swamiji, Prabhuji, the Kurukshetra has not been put on the same platform as other dhams like Vrindavan, Puri.
Yeah,
It should have been an important place for pilgrimage, right? But
yeah. Many people come.
but
Many
in
lakhs
terms,
of people come.
yeah, that's true. But it's in terms of hierarchy, it's not high up there as other places like Vrindavan, Dwarka, Puri,
Yeah,
Amarnath.
but yeah, people who know they come. Like we are going. We go to
Yeah.
Vrindavan. We go to Dwarka. We also go here. So many tourists come. Lakhs of people come.
But you're going for the first time, right, Prabhuji?
I'm going for the second time.
Oh, okay. I've not been there, but I'll go. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please
Hare
go. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna,
Yes.
Prabhuji, that was Pranam. Thank you so much
Hare
for this
Krishna.
excellent class and explaining so nicely about how we can make our home as a temple and about the Kurukshetra. And yeah, I request all the devotees, if you go to India, please go and visit Govardhan Eco Village near Vada. It's near Mumbai, and you can get buses from Radha Gopinath Temple, Dadar Chowpatty. And it's
Yeah,
very nice temple, and all the like 95 villages. You can explain little bit about Govardhan Eco Village, Prabhuji, if you have time.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you,
Govardhan Eco
Prabhuji.
Village is a very wonderful project, uh, which which was started by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, because he said that when Srila Prabhupada came to America in New Vrindavan in 1971, Prabhupada had spoken about this kind of a place. He said in different parts of the world, we should have these kinds of places because not everyone is fortunate enough to go to Vrindavan or Mayapur, like that. So therefore, we should establish this mini Vrindavan, mini Mayapur, where all the holy places which are there in Vrindavan, especially connect to our parampara, like the prominent temples, the 7 temples of the Goswamis, and then the Yamuna River, Govardhan River. So all those uh, things should be there on a smaller scale, and regular lectures have to happen speaking about those places. So with that, he started that Govardhan Eco Village, where all the prominent temples of the Goswamis that have in Vrindavan is started here also. So the advantage is people who have never been to Vrindavan, they come here, they see the replica, and then they develop a desire. Prabhuji, I also want to go for the first time. Can you all take us? We say yes, we organize yatra, we can go together. So by coming here, many of them, they went to the original Vrindavan, and then they really got connected to Krishna. They got connected to devotees, and their first step in spiritual life, they started making progress in leaps and bounces after visiting Vrindavan. That is one thing, to connect a new person first time. And secondly, those devotees who have already visited, but they cannot go always from Mumbai or from Gujarat because Vrindavan is far. So they can just drive 2-3 hours, come here, and the same, through meditation, they can enter Vrindavan because everything is replica. So before, if they have visited Vrindavan, they carry that Vrindavan in their heart, in their mind. When they come here, again that memory increases more. So devotees can sit here and they can engage in doing bhajan. So that was the main thing which Maharaj wanted here in Govardhan Eco Village, a replica of Vrindavan forest. So we see in 2009 when I came here first time, this was entirely a jungle. No one was living here. I was feeling very afraid here. So I asked Maharaj, this is like a lonely place of forest. Who is going to come here? What are we going to do here? He said, just do whatever I am telling. And after 8-10 years, the whole world will come to this place. I said, Maharaj, really? The whole world will come to this forest? I can't believe. He said, everything will happen. Only the time is separating. So just do whatever I am telling. Don't ask questions. So all of us who came here 15, 16 years back, we just followed the vision which His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj had, which Prabhupada had mentioned it. And we saw, as Maharaj had predicted, the whole world started coming here. And now we see the place which we were thinking, who is going to come in this God forsaken place? Now we have visitors practically every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It is so crowded, so crowded. 15, 20,000 people. They come every Friday, Saturday, and we have around 200 rooms. We have 100 acres, and so many people coming in, getting connected, beginning their journey in Krishna consciousness. We have yoga classes. We have students all over the world coming in to learn yoga. We have Ayurvedic health center. We have swimming pool. We have Goshala. We have a regular school. We have organic farming. So like that, so many different kinds of activities are going on in this place. And it has also received awards from all over the world. A lot of international awards we have received for different kinds of initiatives that we have taken here. So that's what we thought one point of time, no one will come here. But just by the vision of a pure devotee and just follow the instruction, don't use your head, is what Maharaj told us that time. And now we are seeing millions of people coming in, and a place of for heart transformation. That is what Maharaj said. This is a place meant for transformation of the heart. So, therefore, if you have not come, please come here. And when you are coming, please let me know so that I can also be available here to serve all of you. And we can have a nice time here. I can give you a tour around. So, if you are coming, any of your relatives are coming, please do let me know so that we can have a nice tour for a couple of days. Nice facilities are there so that people from abroad can come, although it is like in the countryside, but the rooms and the facilities are very uh, comfortable, so that even people who are born and brought up in city, they feel like staying in the countryside, but very close to nature, very close to mountain. We'll be able to experience the greenery, away from the city, no pollution, no traffic. Therefore, all the people who come from city, the huzz and buzz of the city of Mumbai, Gujarat, they say, Swamiji, after coming here, we feel as if from our head we have kept few hundred kilos down. Our head has become very light. We feel 100 kilos of tension has been downloaded from our head. It was so heavy living in the city. But 2 3 days we have come to recharge ourselves for a break. So that is the purpose mainly. Just in short. Okay, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. And yeah, I would like to share the experience. Like when I went to India, we have we were staying in Vasai, and I was having a group of 15 Matajis, which was friends like from long time, and they said we will go somewhere wherever you want, sir. And then I said we will go to Govardhan Eco Village because I didn't visited there. And then everyone was so ready, and we came, and then Harigopal Prabhu was our guide, and he gave such a wonderful tour for us. And then my friends were so happy, they loved it, and some of them are chanting also. So like Maharaj said, it's a place of heart transformation, and with
Especially November, December, January, and February. It's
Mm,
all booked, pre-booked. All
okay,
Western groups,
very
America,
good.
Australia, London, everyone has booked already 4 months. November, December, Jan, Feb.
Yes,
4.5 months they book in advance.
very bold. Yeah, it's very nice place. So I encourage you, if you wanted to go, please let me know. I will give you the contact of Harigopal Prabhu so that
Yeah.
you can plan your trip.
Of
with him.
you or your close friends or family members,
Yeah,
your
even yeah,
acquaintance in India.
yes, even your brothers, sisters, or family,
Yeah.
they can also. If you are not able to go, you can encourage them to go there. Yeah,
Encourage them to go. Yeah.
yeah, it's a very beautiful place. Yeah.
Savita Mataji, that you can give them a virtual tour to the group here, the one that you sent me. Hello, Jack. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Some videos, Mataji, you can put on the group if you have videos of
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Govardhan,
Yes, ma
so that
Prabhu.
they
I will
can
put
get
it.
an
Yeah,
idea.
we have a nice
And
documentary.
always everyone can Google Govardhan Eco Village or on YouTube also. It's
Yeah, we
all
have a
over.
nice video of a documentary video of you on YouTube. So
Yeah.
yeah, I will
Yes.
put it. Yes. And Prabhuji, I have one question, like why it is called
Mm.
Eco Village? If you can explain a little bit more on that, so that everybody can know that.
Yeah. Why it is called Eco Village? Because we have eco-friendly initiatives here in Eco Village. Eco means mainly how can we protect Mother Earth, because that is also a main concern, that all of us we are polluting environment through different ways. There is noise pollution, there is air pollution, there is water pollution. Everywhere human beings, because of their greed, they are polluting. So here different initiatives have been taken in order to protect Mother Earth, and how we can see that pollution is does not happen. फॅमिलीला बोलून घ्या यमुना आरतीला टाइम झालाय 5 मिनिटं. So one initiative is all our buildings that we have made here, they are known as green building. in which we use the red soil from here, we use the dust from here, and we just compress it in a machine, and then we also add some lime, very minimal lime, and very minimal cement, and with that bricks we make the houses. So therefore they are known as CSEB, compressed stabilized earthen blocks. So that has a thermal effect. When it is hot outside, it is cold inside. When it is cold outside, it is hot inside. And we don't paint there that house. We don't do plastering. It is like naturally like that. So again, we are not polluting Mother Earth. That is about the house. Then we have during rainy season, we store all the water in the big pond, and all through the summer we use that water. So again, water harvesting, and the farming which we do, we don't use chemicals. We just use cow dung manure and all those things. Outside food that we eat, it is all chemical we are eating. But here we have organic farming, and even the sewage disposal. In the outside place, all the sewage is dumped into the sea. But here we have a filtration plant by which one devotee has done his PhD, soil biotechnology. He did his PhD from IIT, and he developed this, by which without contaminating the groundwater or without contaminating the sea, in a natural way, we purify all the dung, the human dung that we pass. So, like 200 rooms plus the community member. So, in a natural way, we have this filtration plant where we are not polluting the groundwater, neither the sea and all. So, like that, various initiatives we have taken in order to help that Mother Earth not gets polluted. So therefore, if we take care of the environment, then it's like we are living in that only. It is also our larger home. So because Mother Earth is also an consort of Varahadev. So Varahadev, Krishna is our father, and Mother Earth where we live, he is our mother. So as children of Mother Earth, we should try to not contaminate her and try to replenish her the more we can, so that we can get blessings of both mother and father. So therefore, Govardhan Eco Village, we try to ensure that the greenery is maintained as much as possible. So this is kind of in short about why this eco village is there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for explaining so nicely. So I know you have to go. So anybody has any question or comment? Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your time,
Thank you.
wisdom.
Thank you.
So let's pay obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas. Vansha kalpatarvesha kripa sindhu vacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anant koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Jai.
जय शिला प्रपात की जय ग्रंथ
Jai.
भागवतम की जय
Jai.
हरि गोपाल प्रभु की जय
Jai.
थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी हरे
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
कृष्ण
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.